I'm Harry. I'm a director at an online travel company. My team's performance has been great, good morale and wonderful productivity, with one exception. I'm concerned that Alex's lack of motivation will affect the entire team. Hi, Alex.
Hey, Harry.
So, a lot of people have been talking about some of the things on the team, and, well, I guess my main question would be, are you even motivated right now?
Well, I mean, the project I'm working on right now isn't really what I thought I would be brought in to do. So it's hard to really get excited about it since I feel kind of at sea sometimes.
Gotcha, understood. You know, I think that one of the things that I find is really helpful is to set out a list of all the things you need to do each day, even make it the night before. Someone that you should really look to is Kelly. She's great at this. She's probably the best in terms of who I want on my team, and you're kind of the opposite of her. So what I would do is come in each day, take a look at the project where you are, and set up an agenda list, and each one, just put your heart into it. Can you do that? Can you put your heart right into it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, great. Sharon, thanks for meeting with me. I'm having trouble with one of my employees on my team, Alex. His motivation seems to be really lacking, and the rest of the team is noticing it. So I'm concerned that it's going to affect the entire team. I met with him and gave him some information about being motivated, and nothing seems to have changed.
So what's your sense, Harry, of what motivates Alex? What gets him excited about the work he does?
Well, I don't really know. I asked him what the problem was, and he just said he's not excited about the project.
So a place you might want to start is to really spend some time, even before you start giving any kind of advice, to understand what it is that motivates him. And I think what you'll find is different people are motivated by different things. So some folks, for instance, are motivated by autonomy. Others are motivated by recognition or by the opportunity to be able to get to a predetermined goal exactly how they would like. If you talk with him and really inquire and really listen, you'll get a sense of what those things are. So you really have to focus there instead of coming in with a set of recommended tactics that he should use to be motivated.
He's already told me that he doesn't really like the project, so if I do go talk to him and we find out that there really isn't anything I can do to motivate him, then what do I do?
So what if he just doesn't like this project? How are you
Right.
going to motivate him to like the project? Good question. Well, if he really doesn't like the project, there's not a lot you can do to make him like it. What you may be able to do is to, if you understand what motivates him, are there ways you could build in those things into the current project? So for instance, if he really likes to work in an autonomous fashion, is there any way that you can build in a little bit more autonomy into the project, just as an example? So that would be what I would suggest.
That's great. I think what I'll do is go back and meet with Alex and find out what it is that motivates him. And at the very least, if there's nothing I can build into the project that motivates him, at least identify with his frustrations and work with him going forward.
That's great, Harry.
I'm Harry. I'm a director at an online travel services company. My team has been absolutely fantastic. Great morale and wonderful productivity, with one exception. I'm concerned that Alex's lack of motivation is going to affect the entire team. Alex, thanks for meeting with me.
Sure.
I can't help but notice that since I've put you on the new project, you just don't seem motivated. It seems like you just don't care right now.
Well, it really has to do with a lot of the instructions that you've been leaving for, I know they're trying to help with the project, but I feel kind of constrained by them. Like I'm used to working a little bit more freely in my approach, and I feel like they're so detailed that a lot of times I don't feel like I can, go outside of them.
Okay, so what would motivate you right now?
Well, I mean, I know what you're expecting, and I know what the goal is, so maybe if I had just a little more freedom to take my own approach to it, it might be a little more easier for me to get excited about it.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll give you a lot more opportunity to take the initiative. Let's back off the meetings to just once a week between you and I'm not going to give you any specific instructions. I'll just give you the end goal. And we'll meet on that weekly basis, but in the meantime, do feel free to come and talk to me. We'll give this a couple weeks and see how it goes and check back in on this new process.
Sounds great.